Okay, a little while ago, I made a video talking about Marine Nationale straps, or French troop straps, or parachute straps. They've got a lot of names, and I talked about how those straps were very good, but also at the same time very uncommon. Not a lot of people talked about them. And when I made that video, a lot of you guys have recommended me a few other straps from a few other companies to take a look at. One of which is Luff Labs, or Luff Straps, as per their website, and they go by a few, they go by a different name on their website. Their Marine Nationale straps are called Elastico straps. So yeah, if you go into the website, you don't see Marine Nationale. It's because they're called Elastico. But yeah, Luff Labs was nice enough to send over a few of these straps for me to take a look at. So we're gonna unbox them today and try them on a few watches, a few familiar faces that I've featured on the channel before in the past. By the way, a lot of people have asked me what this watch is. This is a Boulder Venture Black Dawn. It's a micro brand from, I believe, a Singaporean company. Yeah, it's a very nice watch. I really love this watch. I wear it all the time, and it's built very well. You know, a lot of these micro brand watches are built pretty well with good movements inside. I believe this is a Seiko NH35, and yeah, it's a great watch. Titanium. This is an aftermarket bracelet, by the way, because the version that I got didn't come with a bracelet. It came with a NATO strap. Actually, the NATO strap that it came with this watch is actually on my Bertucci A1R right now. The strap that comes with the A1R is very nice, but at the same time, I feel it's a little thick for my liking, so I decided to swap it out with this one from Boulder, and it overall looks and fits very well. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna take this off, and I'm gonna try this Bertucci A1R with a few of these Luff Labs straps as well, because there's a pretty unique feature that these Luff Labs straps have, and that is you can actually put them on watches like these ones where they have fixed spring bars. So I'm gonna try them on. You know what? I'm gonna take the bracelets and the straps off of these watches first, so we can try them on a little bit easier. Okay, so now that we have all of these watches removed from their bracelets and their straps respectively, so we're gonna take a look at the Luff Labs. And I have the spring bars currently out right now because as you guys know, a lot of times Marine Nationale straps, if you guys don't, then I made a video detailing a little bit further, but Marine Nationale straps kind of require you to take off the spring bars before you put them on. It's a little unlike a NATO strap, where a NATO strap you can put it on without taking the spring bars out, but a Marine Nationale you do have to. So that's why the spring bar is out. But again, like I said, Luff Labs do a few things that's differently with their Elastico straps, so we're going to talk about those in a second. But first of all, let's just admire this artwork for a second here. Like this is pretty amazing. This came in the box. Once I opened it, it came with this card that's basically a thank you card. They have their cool cartoon graphics on here. Not sure exactly what is the idea with the cartoon graphics, because on their website it doesn't really show this sort of a style and this kind of art style and whatnot, but it's cool that it comes with it. I mean, it's very surprising, and it's very beautifully drawn as well. I don't know if there's a specific designer that does this, but yeah, it looks absolutely amazing. On the box itself as well, it comes with this nice tin can kind of a box, and this is great for storing your other straps if you want to put them in, or storing other things. So they sent me a few of these straps. They sent me 4. So there's a few from different lines, so let's pull them out and take a look at them. A few different lines, and also a few different in terms of hardware. There's a black one, and there's also a silver one, and there's a few of these as well. Let's move this out of the way. So just to detail what they have on their website, they actually have 2 options in terms of the elastical styles of straps that they have. So they have the G1 or Gear 1 style, which is basically like a regular Marine Nationale strap. You basically take the spring bars out, and then you put the strap onto your onto the watch, and then you put that onto your wrist. So it comes in a loop, and the strap basically goes underneath the watch. So it sits on your wrist, it goes underneath the back of the watch. And then the second option is the G2 or the Gear 2 option. That one is a little bit different. This one is unlike a normal Marine Nationale strap. This one it actually comes with the strap loose. So it's kind of like these. I think these are all G2s. Yeah, I think these are all G2 straps. So it comes, let's actually open one of these up and take a look at it. But yeah, these are G2 style straps. Basically, they don't come attached, because normally they come attached like this. But these ones are basically a loose, straight strap. Oh, they feel great. Oh yeah, these are nice. Anyways, yeah, they're a straight strap, and then basically what you have to do is you put these spring bars into this little opening right here on this end, and then you put the other one here. So you kind of do this. So you attach one end here, and then the other end. Hold on. Sorry, this way. You attach one end here, and then you attach the other end here, like so. And then your wrist goes through this opening right here. So basically, the strap does not go underneath the watch. So it doesn't add an extra layer of thickness on your wrist when you wear this watch. So that is a good thing because the watch will sit a little bit closer to the wrist, it's a little bit thinner to wear, but at the same time, it removes the whole idea of a Marine Nationale or a NATO strap kind of idea where if the spring bars break, then your watch is safely still on your wrist. If you do it this way where the watch strap does not pass through the bottom of your watch, once the spring bar breaks, then the watch basically falls off your wrist. But realistically, nowadays, how often does our spring bars actually break, right? I mean, it's more so for aesthetic purposes. So I think it's fine for most people, honestly. So it's not really a big deal. But yeah, it depends on what you want. If you want the classic Marine Nationale straps, you can go for Gear 1 or G1. If you want something that's a little bit thinner, sits thinner on the wrist, then you can go with G2. So these little clips right here. So these are cool because this allows you to put these straps onto a watch that doesn't have removable spring bars. So these are fixed lug straps, and you can basically pass these through. I think these ones, maybe it's a little bit difficult to do that, but I believe these ones are more suited for passing through fixed lugs. So this one is quite thin. You can see here the thickness on this strap is very thin, whereas these ones are kind of double looped in there and sewed in. So these ones are a little bit thicker, a little harder to pass through, or maybe impossible to pass through, but these ones are thinner, so these ones should be able to just pass through perfectly fine. And they come with these little hardwares with an opening on it, so you can kind of clip it on afterwards and get it to work. Because normally, as I mentioned, Marine Nationale straps, you have to remove the spring bars to get them to work. So for watches like this Bertucci A1R that have fixed lugs and fixed spring bars, supposedly you can't actually use a Marine Nationale strap on them. That's why they're kind of limited to only NATOs or NATOs is the only option really. But now you can actually use it for these Marine Nationale straps because of this hardware. Okay, so I have unpacked the straps out of their plastic bags just so it can be a little bit less annoying. And let's put them onto the watches. So first of all, let's go over these. We have here, this one is the Dune strap, I believe. The Dune strap on the Elastico website. You can take a look at that in more detail. But this one has the black hardware. And then this one is the Nebula with the racing stripe down the middle, this nice blue one. Yeah, this one also comes with black hardware as well. This hardware looks a little bit different. This one has some sort of a plant, or looks kind of like a coral or something. I'm not sure exactly what that is, but some kind of a logo pattern. It doesn't say Luff on it, but if you flip it over to the other side, it does say Luff on the underside of this in a little bit smaller print. So that one's cool. And then this one is probably my favorite. This is the Abyss strap. It's not just the typical dark gray, but it has like this sort of texture to it, which is really cool. And this one currently comes with the silver hardware, but you can also get it in black hardware as well if you like. And then last but not least, we have this one is just a plain gray one. This one, it has a thinner loop, so this one will pass through the Bertucci watch a lot better. So okay, so let's put them onto the watch. So let's first go with let's put this Abyss one onto the Momentum Atlas, because I feel like this would be a good combination right here. Let's move these out of the way for a second. Yeah, this will be a good combination. So let's do this. Let's do it this way. So hold on. This is gonna go. Every time I put Marine Nationale straps on, it's always a bit of a mind bend. I have to figure this out. Okay, so this one goes. Okay, so we're gonna put this through here. Okay, so yeah, this is gonna be the G2 style. So essentially, again, as I mentioned, this is going to wrap this way. It's going to be like this. So it does not pass through under the watch, which means that it will sit thinner on the wrist. And also if your spring bar breaks, your watch falls off your wrist. But, that's probably very low chance of happening. So we're going to take the spring bars. We're going to put it into the loop here, under here. So we're going to do that. And then we're going to take this whole thing and we're going to clip that or put that onto the the watch. Okay, so like so. There you go, nice and tight. I'm gonna flip this to the other side, and then we're gonna put the other spring bar here on this side. There we go. So now we have it mounted onto our Momentum Atlas watch, and we're going to put this onto our wrist and see how that works. So one thing about me is, if you guys don't know, I am somebody who has a very, very, very thin wrist. My wrist comes in at 6 inches, maybe 6 1/4 on a good day. Nice summer hot day, 6 1/4 maybe, but typically like a 6-inch wrist. So my wrist is tiny. So I have a difficult time looking for straps and bracelets. So especially Marine Nationale straps, typically what happens is they a lot of, like, let's say for example on Amazon, you don't really know at all, but some websites they probably give you a length, but it's hard to really tell like how long, like, or how well it fits on your wrist, because is that length like measured this way, or is it like removed, and then it's really difficult at least for me to know whether or not it'll fit or not. But the cool thing about the Luff Strap guys is that, you know, they're also a company that started off with a guy who has very thin wrists, and he had, you know, difficulties looking for straps for himself, and so he decided to make watch straps. So I am hoping, fingers crossed, I am hoping these straps are going to fit my wrist well. You can also get them in several options, so you can choose between a shorter strap version and also a longer strap version on the website when you pick a strap. So there are variations to choose from, but I'm just hoping here that, I mean, it looks like it's going to be perfectly fine. But yeah, so these ones should be designed for small wrist guys like myself. But again, if you have a bigger wrist, you should be able to find a longer strap option as well. You know, they're not discriminating anybody here, but yeah, there you go. So looks absolutely amazing. Again, I love this Abyss strap option. This looks beautiful. I feel like this this dark gray, kind of like heather dark gray kind of a style looks absolutely amazing, and it fits this Momentum Atlas very well. This is a 38mm watch. The lug to lug is a little bit longer though. I think this is like 47, give or take. Or 45, somewhere around there. But yeah, it's a very beautiful combination right here with the silver hardware. So I mean, I also am somebody who likes to flip this the other way. If you've seen my last video for Marine Nationale straps, I like to put this on this side because I feel like that looks more like a NATO, whereas right now it feels very unbalanced for myself. But regardless, this is the correct way to wear it. I'm just strange. I wear it the other way. So yeah, it fits very well. Again, 6-inch wrists. And there's still a little bit of wiggle room for me to tighten that up a little bit even more. So if you have a 5 3/4 or something, I feel like it should still be okay. But also, of course, it depends on the size of your watch as well. If your watch is smaller, then it should be it should fit a little bit tighter as well. So let's take that off and let's try another one. Let's try the Boulder Venture Black Dawn. Again, this watch, very popular. A lot of people asked about it. Yeah, it works great, fits really well on my wrist, my small wrist. So let's put this on. I feel like both of these ones would work fine. I mean, that one is absolutely gorgeous as well with the blue. But I'm not a huge racing stripe kind of a person. I don't really like the stripe down the middle. I like the plain colors. But maybe I'll switch this out once in a while just to vary it up. But I'm gonna probably put it onto this one right here. I think that's a good color combination right there. So let's try that on. Okay, so something I just realized is that right now, currently I have quick release spring bars on this Boulder Venture watch here, right here. So these are quick release ones with the little tab to you know, quickly release them. Essentially, and these spring bars don't really work for this sort of a G2 style of use case scenario where you put them into this loop, because once I tuck this in here and once I tuck the little knob in here, the entire spring bar becomes a little bit inaccessible because I can't get to that little tab to press down onto that spring bar. So this is going to be difficult. So either use regular spring bars if you're going to do the G2 method, or what we can try to do is we can try to turn this into a G1 strap, because they gave me a few of these hardwares to work with. So let's see. So it's going to go in this way. Again, every time my mind just brain farts when this happens. So yeah, this goes in this way. So I'm gonna take this, I'm gonna put this onto here. There you go. And I'm gonna take this end and I'm gonna clip the loop on this end into this slit, this opening slit on this hardware. So I'm gonna slide that in, I'm going to buckle that in and then do that. And it's a little tight, but I can get it. There you go. So now this has been converted over to a G1 style of a strap, or basically the regular type of Marine Nationale strap. Now what we have to do is we just have to put the spring bars in like normal. So we're going to take this, we're going to put this here. There you go. That's one in. And I'm going to put the other one in. So again, this is how you're supposed to put a Marine Nationale strap on. You do have to take the spring bars out, and that's the reason why fixed lug spring bars or fixed lug watches like this Bertucci here typically don't work for Marine Nationale straps. But in this case, because we have these, it will most likely work. So we're going to put our wrist in here, or sorry, our arm in here, and then we're going to tighten that up. And then yeah, so right now, because the watch is the strap is passing through underneath the watch, this is a little bit tighter, so we can actually loosen it up a little bit more. So yeah, there you go. That is the this one is the Dune one with the black hardware on my Boulder Venture Black Dawn. This is a beautiful strap right here, beautifully fitted as well, very comfortable. Yeah, of course, this gives you that flexibility of that elastic strap. So very comfortable to wear. Let's try the last one. Let's try the Bertucci A1R and see how that one works. Okay, so for the Bertucci, we have to, let's actually see if this works. Yeah, that's not going in. That is definitely not going to the watch. So yeah, so if you do have a watch that have fixed lugs, make sure you get these plain ones with the single fold and not the double folded over ones, because these ones are too thick to get into a watch, unless you have like really big gaps between your fixed spring bars. Otherwise, those are probably not going to work. Yeah, so we're going to put this one onto this Bertucci A1R and see what that looks like. Again, let me just double check. This one goes around, yada, yada, yada. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna have to do the G1 method because it's not gonna work with the G2 method for this. So one thing to note as well is that the Bertucci A1R actually has a very unconventional 19-inch lug width, but I measured it, it's actually 19.5. So this strap being 20 millimeters actually does work. It's just, it's gonna be a little bit tighter on the ends here, but it's not too bad. You can get away with it. So yeah, we're gonna put that hardware in there, and then we're gonna loop this this loop into that little slit, and there we have it. Now we have our Marine Nationale strap on a fixed on a watch with fixed lugs, which is incredible. Something that we supposedly shouldn't be able to do, but we can do it with the hardware. So let's clip that in. There you go. There you go. So unfortunately, this is using the this has the silver hardware on this one, so it doesn't really match very well. But yeah, I mean, you know, the important thing is it works, right? So obviously, if you were to get one, get the one with the black hardware. If you have this watch, if you have the A1S, the stainless steel one, this is going to be perfectly fine. So yeah, there is the Luff Labs straps, Marine Nationale, or on their website it's called Elastico straps. If I do have to nitpick about something, I would probably say my biggest complaint here is the logo on the buckle here is a little loud. And a little large for my liking. I mean, it's honestly not that bad. If you look at the photos online, they're a little bit more obvious, and it makes it look like it's very in your face. But when you look at it in person, it's actually not that bad. This is very subdued, and it kind of blends into the to the silver pretty well, especially on this black one. This black one is barely noticeable. In certain angles, you can barely even see that something's there. So this one is perfectly fine. This one is a little bit more obvious, but it's not as annoying, or it's not as loud as what you can see on the photos on the website. So it's fine. This one is really cool though. This one, the logo is a little bit different, but I like how they put this one on the back side. I mean, I think this one, this sort of a way of doing it, it was probably going to be more welcome by a lot of people because it's sort of hidden, tucked away, and smaller. I think that would be great, but on the front here is a little bit more obvious. But again, like I said, in person, not too bad at all. There you go, Luff Labs. If you're interested, go visit their website and take a look at their offerings.